All right, guys, it's Paul Singh, the market speculator, with the free weekly swing trade report for July 19th, 2016, coming one day late today. I was traveling this weekend, had some technical difficulties, but it's good to have it a day late because we can see better how we reacted to Friday's potential pullback here. And let's pull this SPY chart back here to Brexit. You can see this is where we were pre-Brexit. We had these two huge down days, really scary here. Some concern that the global macroeconomics could cause a kind of mini crash here. Did not happen. Instead of mini crash, we got a little mini fake sell-off. And once we got last week here above the pre-sell-off range, that was kind of our signal here that we can start building some positions. We still weren't sure in here what kind of news we were going to get, but now we've had this really strong move. We've basically took out any kind of every resistance level in here. The pre-Brexit, the 50-day, the 200-day, up here the pivot range at 212, and finally the all-time highs at 214. Now we're at 216. Very extended here. We've had this huge run from an intraday low in the 198s all the way up to 216 where we are right now. Friday gave us that red candle. Maybe we get a pullback, but we held up really nicely today. So I've been building some positions here. Positions are doing really well. Tough to add too much at this point just because we're so overextended, and you would expect a natural pullback either to this 9 or the all-time high, the old all-time high now at 214, or even down here at 212. All of these pullbacks would be healthy and no cause for concern. So I wouldn't get too aggressive if you already have a number of positions, and I've got a few here. So I don't want to get too aggressive here. At the same time, if I see something I like, I'll go ahead and go for it. And then you can also look for short opportunities in stocks that are very extended. That's what we're looking at in the daily swing trade report. If we look at real quick here, you can go to the swing trade alerts page, go down to the bottom here. You've already signed up for the weekly swing report here, but the monthly plan, $99 a month, fantastic annual plan right here, half off instead of $1,200. If you were doing the $99 plan, it's $599, so it comes out to about $49 a month. And you'll get the daily trade report, a video coming at you 5 days a week, and then my swing trade alerts. But let's get back to the charts here. Now we see SPY here. Let's go over some other ETFs, and then we'll go over a few stocks in here. Gold here has pulled back, which is what we would expect now that SPY has ramped. So the flight to safety is over, but gold is getting a little extended here. So at some point, maybe we can take a shot. Nothing I'm looking to do right now, but definitely watching it. Oil, very extended to the downside here. What we want to see here, I wouldn't touch it right now. We want to see, does this level break at about 1063 on USO, or do we get a break of these moving averages here and maybe fill this gap here? At that point, we could think about getting aggressive as swing trades, but nothing to do at this point. We want to see how that shakes out. IBB Biotech has been a leader post-breakout here, going into the post-sell-off here. So going into that Brexit sell-off, it was a lagger. You can see how far it got down from 400 down to 250, but has done very well, and we are actually in LABU in the trade report and doing nicely in that. So our entry was around 31. We're at 33.60. Actually held through the 35 and held through this little bit of a pullback, still ahead, and we want to see a move to test these highs at 40. AMBA was another one of my positions here, was a big winner today, and we're getting near our target. Entry was here around 51, 52, and we're getting close to that 60 target in here. So just a few points away. So AMBA looking good. And then we've got a few others. Why don't I just go through all these? I was only going to point out a few, but Twitter doing really nicely. The entry was at 17 something. We're already at 1865, up about $3,000 on this. And the target is up here in the 19s to 20s. Facebook, we just entered last week, right around 117, 118, and we're already up to 119 there. And then ERX, we've been holding for a while above our entry level, but we're waiting for this breakout. and I think oil is going to have a lot to do with it. So we need a move in oil to help our ERX trade. Now I'm going to go over one other stock with you guys today. I've got a bunch of stocks on my focus list, but Google here broke out over its moving averages, and I love when these things remount key levels after breaking down below them. So we've got Google here, and I do have to check when earnings are. I would imagine it's pretty soon, but if we've got a few weeks here going into earnings, we could play kind of a push going into earnings and then get out as the earnings release, the day before the earnings release. So keep an eye on Google here. And why don't we go over a couple of other stocks? EWZ. Brazil is of the BRIC countries. That's Brazil, Russia, India, and my mind is blanking. I'm forgetting one. China, of course. But this is my favorite, Brazil here going into the Olympics. We can see here a big run here. I'm waiting for a pullback test and then another run up to enter Brazil, and we'll go over one more, and let's go over Joy since I made a nice move today. We had that pullback, and I really like when these guys test and hold the 9. Some of these high flyers here, and Joy did that today, so I'll be looking for a good entry in Joy. So that's it for the weekly report. I will see you